Hello, brothers and sisters. I just had a revelation of a rapture dream I had a little bit prior. It was about sunflowers and winter vegetables. I just watched a video on a life lesson from a Christian raising his kid. His kid wanted to ride a bike during winter, but he knew it'd be cold. He allowed his kid to experience the cold, and he turned back and walked with his father instead of doing what he wanted blindly or without knowledge of the consequences. They got to their destination all the same, but more comfortably. His kid learned a lesson. I'll link the video down below. So here's my rapture dream. I was on a bicycle riding back to my dad's house. I had planted sunflowers. They were strong and mighty. They had honey dripping from them, or manna, but they wouldn't make it through the winter, and the seeds would be snacked on or planted next spring. I went on to check my dad, and he had planted the entire field with vegetables, which would grow well in the winter. He had just planted them, and they had just sprouted. While I had planted a small patch of sunflowers, although they bloomed beautifully in its season, he had planted an entire field of food for the winter. I think what God was trying to tell me was that sunflowers are well and fine during the summer, and they would grow to fruition. He was planting seeds that would grow well in the conditions ahead. I had pointed out that the seeds he planted were a little bit too close together, and some might choke each other out, which might mean that sometimes I am too critical of others. Or the parable of weeds. Rather, Christians may be planted too close together, and they'll choke each other out when like congregated bunches. That everyone plants and harvests their fields on their own time and does things their own way. That doesn't make it any worse or better than any other person, and God will utilize what each person has to offer in its season. God has utilized my talents, and He will certainly utilize yours. If you haven't yet, please watch my serpent seed video. I'll link the video down below, as well as my Hyper Grace videos. I know they might be a little long, but it's worth it. Just watch it in chunks and chew and then digest it if it's too long. Don't give in to the spirits of short attention spans. All right, amen, God bless, and take care, you guys.